Judy Collins' first album came out in 1961. Now she's on album number 51. It's called Silver Skies Blue. It's a collaboration with fellow singer-songwriter Ari Hest.
As the scent of spring arrives, I will dance you through the green, guiding every new footstep till you recall our routine.
Beautiful song, beautiful photograph. And Judy Collins is here now. Nice
Thank
to see you, Judy.
Thank you.
I
Nice
love
to
that
see
CD,
you.
by the way.
I'm so glad you love it.
Who
I do
is
too.
this cat? You've done 51 CDs. You've never done, I know this for a fact, you've never done a CD where you do duets with the same person for every single cut on the album with a guy, Ari Hest, I never even heard of before the CD. Who is he?
Well, we wrote all these songs together,
I know
except
that.
for 3 that are on the album, which are old songs of ours. But we wrote them together. He wrote the song on my last album called Strangers Again. And on that album, I got Jackson Browne and Willie Nelson and Jimmy Buffett and a whole bunch of singers to sing duets with me. But we liked doing that so much that we decided to write an album together. So Ari's been around for a number of years. He's very, very well known in the singer-songwriter family of singers, I think.
But you hadn't heard of him
I
either,
hadn't
had you?
heard of him until 4 years ago. And then when I heard him, I said, that's amazing. And he's done a number of shows with me over the years, opening for me and then singing with me. And now we're doing shows together.
Well, it's fabulous. It really is a great CD.
Thank
Can we
you.
do Closer to Home at PBS? On August 24th, you're doing this Sondheim thing.
Yes.
Look at your show. That's how I feel. You know, I have probably listened to Send in the Clowns maybe 3,000 times in
me
my
too.
life. Do you remember the first time you ever heard it?
I do.
You do?
I do remember very clearly because Leonard Cohen's friend, Nancy Bacall, who is a very close friend of mine, called me up and she said, I'm sending you a record. And I want you to put the needle on the cut and play it, and then call me back. Well, I put the needle on the cut. I didn't call her. I called Hal Prince, because Hal Prince produced Little Night Music. And I said, Hal, he answered my phone call. I was very impressed. He
I'm
said,
very
no, I know
impressed,
who
too.
you are. I know who you are. This was 1973, mind you. And I said, Hal, you have a great song on this CD, on this album. And he said, yes, I know. It's from the musical, Little Night Music. And he said, 200 people have recorded it already. I said, I don't care.
Are you close with someone? Do you have a relationship with him? I mean, I know you have a relationship. How
I
close
just got a love note from him the other day.
are you? When I hear those songs, I say they were written for Judy Collins, even though I know they weren't written for Judy Collins.
That one was written by Elaine Page. It was actually a throwaway song. It wasn't supposed to be in Little Night Music at all.
No, but I know they're literally not, but don't you feel that they're written for you?
Well, if I choose to sing it, it better become a Judy Collins song or I'm not doing my job.
So if I saw you, I don't know, 30 years ago, and I said, I have a little crystal ball here, and in 30 years, you're still going to be singing, you're still going to be touring, you're still going to be wildly popular, and you will have just recorded your 51st CD, what would you say to me?
Help!
I'm serious. Did you ever, 6 decades
Well,
of this?
but I always had the feeling that I would be somewhat of a late bloomer, and also that I had a lot of things to do and a lot of terrain to cover, and so I better figure out how to stay on the planet.
But you're not a late bloomer. You're an early bloomer, a middle bloomer,
yeah.
and now a late bloomer. I mean, you've been blooming all along.
I guess so. But also, there are lots of things that I want to do and that I feel I have to do. And so...
Like what?
Well, I'm challenged all the time. I want to write a musical, for instance. Not that I sing all my songs in it, but a real musical from the ground up with a story and a book and songs to go with it. That's a real plan of mine.
Yeah, I know this. The answer to this is obvious, but do you ever sit at home in New York and say, I've really had a great career.
No.
It's time for a break.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna travel."
Paul Simon decided that now his career is over. I said,
mean after the DNC, it should be over, by the way.
Exactly. But I said, he's not allowed. Who's allowed to make that choice and announce it? I don't know.
I know you're not going to want to criticize Paul Simon, so I will. I love Paul Simon.
I do too.
Brilliant
He's a
songwriter.
great songwriter.
You ever had a moment like that in your life where all of a sudden you get up on a stage and it just, I know he's more the songwriter than he is the singer, and it was more Garfunkel, but he's been singing his whole career. Have you ever had a moment like that where when you get off the stage you go, oh my God?
I had some terrible moments in my career. I've had some career finishing moments that really sort of might have stopped me in my tracks.
And
I was lucky. I got through them. I got over them and went on.
you're a New Yorker. There's another New Yorker. Well, actually, two New Yorkers who want to be president of the United States. You know Donald Trump?
I don't.
You don't know him at all? You've never come across him?
But this is a Russian designer named Kamarov.
I know it is.
And of course, Trump is giving the Russians a bad name. And the dress in my show is also a Kamarov show.
Really?
I just want to say something for a Russian designer who's young and who's designed these gorgeous dresses.
It is gorgeous. Now, is it safe to assume you're avoiding my question? Is
Yeah.
that where we're going? You are. So let's go to the other side.
Yes.
You know Hillary Clinton?
I certainly do.
And what do you think of her?
I spent 8 years going in and out of the White House. Like, I lived there. My husband and I did. And it was an amazing experience. I think she's amazing. And I think the whole experience of seeing sort of close up for those number of years these two people who I think are remarkable people.
That's a Komarov. I don't know if you know that. Are you aware of
Yeah,
that?
thank you very
Thank
much.
You. It's Russian
Очень
designer.
хорошо.
Before you go, what are we going to hear on the 24th? I can't wait. I mean, I really am. I can't wait. What are we going to hear you sing?
Well, we're going to hear me sing "Send in the Clowns," of course, but also repertoire from all of the shows, many of which I've been to, from "No One Is Alone" to "I'm Still Here," to "Move On," which is that wonderful song from. Actually, it's from Sunday in the Park with George. And, of course, the gun song is from Assassins. You know, I never thought I would sing that song. The more I sing it, the more I like it, the more it interests me, especially nowadays, talking as you were to the Attorney General about guns.
You know, we have 15 seconds left. Joni Mitchell was one. Someone screamed out at a concert, sing, I don't know, a Case of You or something. And she says something like, no one ever asked Van Gogh to paint a starry night again. Do you ever say to yourself, I love that song. I just can't do it again and again. I don't think that happens to you, does it? Or
Well,
does
no, and it didn't happen to Van Gogh either.
It's a very good point. Judy Collins, it's great to see you. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. That
Good
was
luck
a pleasure.
with everything.
Thanks a lot.